So hello everyone, we are back again with our latest video on SQL tutorial Vikacho by Vikacho Groups, and this is day 5 set 0.1 of 30-day SQL interview series, and this video is getting recorded on 3rd of May 2025. So without any delay, let's move on to the first question of this video. So here we will do similarly, like first of all we will resolve the query based question, and then after that we will resolve the theoretical question. Okay, so now check the first question of today's video. So the first question is how to find the second largest salary from employees table. Okay, so this is the most frequently asked question, and generally it is asked in every interview. Okay, now move on to SSMS and check the table first and then try to resolve the question. So we have already created the employees table in SQL interview database. So open a new query window and then paste this question first, and then first of all we will check the employees table, what kind of data it has and how we need to resolve these questions. So select star from employees table. So what we are getting, so here we have the ID, name, department, country, age, salary and date of joining. Okay, now we need to find out the second largest salary. So this question can be resolved in multiple ways. So first of all we will try the basic way. So the first way is like select top 2 star from employees and then order by order by salary in descending order. So what this query will return, this is not the complete query. So this query will return us the maximum and second maximum salaries. So first maximum and second maximum salary it is providing. Now what we need to do, we need to extract the second highest salary. So for that we need to write a above query for this and make this particular query act as a derived table for us. Okay, so now select top one star from this particular query and consider this query as a table, and now mark it as A, and then order by salary in ascending order, because here we need the minimum salary. Okay, which will act as our second largest salary. So this is the final solution for this particular question, and this is the one way that you will provide the solution to the interviewer. Now execute this and you will check the output. So here we are seeing like Pooja, who has the second highest salary, it is giving the result to us. Okay, now move on to the next method. So this is the basic method, you can say. So sometime the question will come like they will tell you not to apply the top function. So how to resolve this? Then we can use the subquery method. Okay, so now check the subquery method also. So subquery method, and for subquery if you need a detailed video, then we already have a detailed video on our channel. So that video link we will provide in the description of this video, then you will go and check that particular video also once you complete this interview session. Okay, now using the subquery, so how to apply this using a subquery? So for that we can write like select one second select max salary from employees table, and then at where clause the subquery will come. So where salary should be less than what? Should be less than select max salary from employees table. Here the X is missing. So max salary from employees table. Okay, so what it is doing, so the subquery will return us the maximum salary first. Okay, so first of all execute this separately and check. So it is providing us the maximum salary. Now the outer query, what it will do, it will give us the maximum salary which is less than the top maximum salary, which is the second highest salary or second largest salary. Now this is the final solution that you can provide to the interviewer if they tell you not to apply top function. Okay, then by using the subquery, so here you can provide alias also as uh, second salary. Okay, now this is the solution using the subquery. Now the third method we will apply here is by using the windows function also. Okay, so for this particular question we can use the Windows function also. Now the solution for Windows function will be like WINDOWS Windows function. So Windows function is advanced concept in SQL. So you will check how to apply the Windows function to resolve this particular question for finding out the second highest salary. So first of all, select select star, and then from which table? So from employees table. First we will provide the table name so that IntelliSense will work for us, and we don't need to write the column name manually. Okay, so select star comma. Now here we apply the row number function. Okay, so row number over, and then order by order by salary descending, salary DESC. So why? Because we need the salary to be second highest, so that is why we are ordering our result set in descending order. Okay, now execute this and check what result you are getting first. Now this is not the complete query. Okay, so again we need to make this particular query as a derived table, and then need to write a upper query on top of that. Execute this and check the result first. So here you can see, according to the salary, this has provided, the row number function has provided rank to each of the records, and now here we need the second highest salary. So rank to the record which is rank 2, that is our output. Okay, so how to extract the rank 2 here? So for that we can make this particular query as a derived table and then extract record from it. Okay, so select star from what, from this query, and then mark this particular query as a derived table as A, then where rank is equals to 2. Okay, and this is the final query that you will provide to the interviewer for the resolution of this particular question using the Windows function. Okay, now execute this and check the result set. So here we are getting the result for Pooja, who has the second largest salary. Okay, now move on to the next questions, as this question has taken a lot of time. Now the second question, how to write a query to remove all records from a table but keep the table structure. Okay, I think most of you have known the answer for this, because this is a very simple question, but this is to check your basic skills in SQL. Like if you know the basic commands like DDL, DML, DCL commands or not. So here we need to apply a DDL command, which is truncate. So truncate, what it will do, it will remove all the records from the table but keep the table structure alive. Okay, so for this purpose we will create first the duplicate table for employees and then delete that particular table, because employees table we need to use for the other queries. So how to create a duplicate table, that you will also check here. So select star into emplo YWS employees underscore duplicate. Okay, and from where? From the employees table. So first of all, check if in the employees duplicate table is existing or not in this particular database. So for that, select star from employees duplicate table. Now when we execute this, then we are not getting an means error like invalid object name employee duplicate. Now execute the first query, then a table with employee duplicate name having the data same as that of employee has been created. Now when we execute this, then what record we are getting? So here we are getting the same data as that of employees table. Okay, now we need this table structure we need, and we need to remove all the data from this table. So for this we need to use the truncate table command. Okay, so now apply truncate table on employee duplicate. So truncate truncate table, and then table name. Okay, so you can see when we execute this, the table will be truncated when we apply a select star here. Now copy this and then execute this select star. Then what record we are getting? So we are getting no record, but the table structure is alive, like ID, name, department, country, age, salary and date of joining. All the columns are alive and the table structure is also alive. We can insert values into this table now. Okay, now move on to the next question. So here in this particular 30-day interview question series, we will cover each and every question that you need for a data related interview or SQL related interview. So if you are means covering this, following up this particular series from the beginning, then it is very good for you, as you are now around advanced level of expertise you got from these particular questions. Okay, and you are eligible for sitting in any of the interview now. Okay, but it is not sure that you will complete it or not, but you can at least give means almost 40 to 45% of answers you will give. Okay, now move on to the next question. So third question, write a query to get all employee records in XML format. Okay, these are advanced concept like XML format on and all. So now move on to SSMS and check the solution for this. Now what we need to do here, we need to write a query to get all employee record in XML format. So for that we have some queries. Like for this you need to write the query like select star from employees table, and then we need to convert it to XML. So for XML auto. Okay, so remember this particular query, this is for converting a table into XML format. Now execute this and check the result. Here we are getting all the data converted to XML format. When you copy this or expand this, then you can see employee ID, name, department, country, all are coming in XML format. Okay, this is clear. Now before going to interview, practicing the interview sets is very mandatory, as you can brush up all your queries from before and after. And if you are beginner, then this is a very important thing for you. Okay, and even if you are expertise, then you need to brush up your query skills so that you will not be able to means disqualify in that interview. Now the fourth question, how to get the current month name from table. From a table, you can say here we missed it, from a table. Okay, so the query for this will be like, so if you know the date and time function, then only you will be able to give the answer for this particular question. Otherwise this is impossible for you to give the answer for this. So for date and time function, if you need, you can go to our channel video for date and time functions. There we have provided a detailed video on date and time function. So if you need to means check those, then you can visit there. We will provide that particular link on our video description. Now go for the solution of this question. So how to get the current month name from a table. So let's take employee table. We will take, because we have the date of joining column there. Okay, so first do a select star from employees. What record we are getting, check this first. So now date of joining, we need the month part from date of joining. Okay, so for that we can use the inbuilt date and time function, which is month name. So select star comma month name comma month name from date of joining, doj. Okay, now when we execute this, so what it is telling, let me check once. Month name is not recognized as a built-in function. Okay, let me check. Okay, so in SQL server we don't have month name, we have I think date name, and then which part we want, date name, two arguments, then date name month comma date of joining. Okay, and this is the final query that you need to provide to the interviewer as month name 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 1. Okay, so you can see, like in SQL server we don't have month name, we have the date name, and there you need to describe like which part of that date you want as the output. Either you can mention the month, year, or day also you can mention. Now execute this, and this is the final query that you need to provide to the interviewer for this particular question. So here you can see we are getting the month's name also. Okay, date of joining and then month's name. This is clear. Now move on to the next question. So next question, what we have the fifth question. So what it is telling, how to convert a string to lowercase. Okay, to lowercase if it is in uppercase. Okay, so the solution for this we will check on SSMS. Now paste this question, and this is also a most frequent asked question, like how to apply means how to convert a string into lowercase and uppercase, because these are very basic functions that you must know. Okay, so they generally ask these questions, the interviewers. Okay, so the solution for this will be like, if we have a means, let's take a string with a value like Abhinav in caps, ABHINAV, Abhinav in caps, and we want to change all the caps into small, this string into lowercase, then how we will apply? So we have an inbuilt function for this in SQL Server, like select lower, lower to this particular string, okay, as lowercase, lowercase. Okay, now this is the final solution that you need to provide to the interviewer. So if you know about the lower function, upper function, then you can provide the solution for this particular question very easily. Now execute this and check the output. So you can see we are getting all the string into lowercase. Okay, now move on to the next question. So next what we have, so we have the sixth question, which is theoretical question. Now we will increase our screen length so that it will be visible to you also properly, and to us also it will be much visible. Okay, now move on to the sixth question. So sixth question, what we have, what is the difference between unique index versus unique constraint? Okay, unique index and unique constant, the difference between them. So these are very frequently, the differences are asked very much, okay, in interviews. So you must know about all the important differences. In previous videos also we have mentioned some of the differences that you also need to remember, and the ongoing differences also you need to remember. Okay, so difference between unique index and unique constant. So according to the features, these are the features we have provided the differences. So according to purpose, unique index optimizes query performance and enforces uniqueness, whereas unique constant, what it will do, ensures data integrity by preventing duplicate values. Okay, now creation perspective, unique index create unique index, that is the query for this, query for creating a unique index. Now for unique constant, what is the query, alter table, add constant, and then constant name. And if you need to check the index and constant videos, we have already uploaded on our channel, that are the detailed video. So if you want to deep dive into these concepts, then you can check those videos also. We will provide the link to our description. Okay, now move on. So logic versus physical perspective. So unique index, physical structure at the database level. For unique constant, logical constant enforcing business rules. Okay, now for automatic index, now unique index must be explicitly created, or unique constant automatically creates a unique index behind the scenes. Basically, while we are creating a primary key, then unique index and unique constants are getting created. Okay, so while you create a unique constant, then automatically it will create a unique index behind the scenes. Okay, now can be displayed, can be disabled. So unique index, yes, can be dropped separately. Unique index can be dropped separately, and unique constant, no, must be dropped entirely to remove enforcement. Okay, it cannot be dropped separately from the column. Okay, but unique index can be dropped separately from the column. Now for allowing filtering, unique index supports partial index filtered. Okay, and unique constant does not allow filtering conditions. Okay, now for used for query optimization purpose, unique index, yes, speeds up searches, whereas unique constant, no, mainly ensures data integrity. Okay, this is clear. So these differences you need to learn. Okay, remember these for interviews. Otherwise, you can't be able to provide the exact answer for this. Understanding is one part, but for interviews, you must need to remember these. Okay, now move on to the next question. So seventh question, what we have, so what is the difference between a clustered and non-clustered index? Okay, so according to these features, we have provided the differences. So start with the first one. So according to definition, clustered index defines the physical order of data in table, whereas non-clustered index maintain a logical order separate from actual data storage. Okay, so basically non-clustered indexes are not stored in the table structure, they are stored separately in different table, but clustered index are stored in the same table and maintain the physical order of that table. Okay, now second one, number per table. So only one per table. What, cluster index can only be one per table, whereas non-cluster index can have multiple per table. Okay, this is clear. Now according to data storage, so cluster index stores actual data in index order, whereas non-cluster index stores pointer to the actual data. Okay, not the actual data, pointer to the actual data. Now according to performance, so cluster indexes are faster for range queries and large data retrieval, whereas non-cluster indexes are faster for searching specific values. Okay, so both have different functionality for performance. Okay, as you are seeing here. Now according to primary key, so cluster index often created on primary key, whereas non-cluster index used for additional search optimization. Okay, now the data modification impact. So according to data modification impact, cluster index impacts data insertion update speed due to sorting, whereas non-cluster index has less impact on modifications. Okay, now according to users, so cluster index best for sorting and retrieving data efficiently, whereas non-cluster index are best for quick lookups and filtering. Okay, now move on to the next question. So next we have, is cluster index, eighth question, is cluster index store the table data in sorted order? So the answer for this will be like yes, a cluster index stores the table data in sorted order, but the sorting is based on the indexed column. Since a table can only have one cluster index, the data is physically arranged according to that index only. Okay, now how it is getting worked? So when you create a cluster index on a column, SQL Server reorders the data in the table based on the column's value. Okay, now second point, the actual table data is stored within the index in a sorted manner. And the last point is, when inserting new records, SQL Server maintains the order, which can slightly slow down insert operation but speeds up range queries and sorting operations. Okay, so now move on to the next question. So next what we have, the ninth question. So what it is telling, generally which index performs faster, cluster or non-cluster? So the answer for this is a very important question, and this is a mostly asked question in interviews. Okay, so the answer for this is like, generally cluster indexes perform faster than non-cluster index in most cases, especially when dealing with large data retrieval and range queries. So the reason for these are below. So what are the reasons? Cluster index, fast for range queries between order by group by clauses. Okay, range query, when we use between operator, order by operator and group by operators, then in that case the cluster indexes are faster. And then second point is large data retrieval, as the table is physically sorted. Okay, so third point, queries that require sorting since the data is already arranged in order. Now fourth point is queries accessing the entire table or large portion of it. Now for the non-cluster index, when it is faster, so non-cluster index is faster for, number one point is lookup operation, when we are using where clause filtering. Okay, now second point is queries that search for specific values like select star where id equals to 100 or something. When we have put the non-cluster index on id, then this particular query will retrieve data very faster. Okay, so and the third point is tables with frequent insert updates, as it doesn't affect the physical order. Okay, so basically non-cluster index will not decide the physical order of the table because it is stored separately from the main table. So that is why it does not affect the it is good for insert updates queries like dml commands. Okay, data manipulation language commands. Now the key performance differences, cluster index stores actual data in sorted order, making retrieval faster, whereas non-cluster index stores pointers to actual data, requiring extra lookups. Okay, so for bulk retrieval or bulk retrieval and sorting, cluster index is preferred. For quick lookups and filtering, non-cluster index can be more efficient. Okay, so basically for bulk data retrieval or sorting, cluster index is preferred, whereas for quick lookups and filtering, non-cluster indexes are more efficient. Now move on to the last question, the 10th question. So what is fill factor and what is the best value for fill factor? So basically these are rarely asked question, but when these are asked, then no one can give the answer for this, because people don't go in depth of these particular question while they are preparing for interviews. So you must need to know, at least you need to understand what it is doing, fill factor and these concepts. Okay, so the answer for this are Fill factor in SQL Server is a setting that determines how much space should be left free on each leaf level page of an index when it is created or rebuilt. Okay, so it helps balance performance and store efficiency by controlling how full index pages are. So basically these questions, fill factors and all, are must known to the database administrators. Okay, and even the developers should also know, because at the end of the day when you gain a lot of experience, then you need to perform some data administrative activities also in your companies, because at that place you are the biggest one in the company. Okay, so now fill factor equals to 0 equals to 100. What it means? Pages are completely filled, default setting. Okay, now fill factor less than 100, so leaves some free spaces for future insert, reducing page. Okay, reducing page split. Now best values for fill factor are, the best fill factor value depends on the type of workload. Okay, so 100 or 0, best for read heavy workload with minimal updates. Okay, now 80 to 90, good for moderate updates while maintaining efficiency, and 50 to 70, best for frequent inserts, updates, and reducing index fragmentations. Okay, so thank you for watching. Thank you everyone. And the part 2 for day 5 will also launch today only, but at night. So be ready for that also, and keep practicing the SQL queries, and do like, share and subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching. Many more videos are on the way, and if you need the data sets, table scripts and all, then you can visit to our Telegram channel using this particular link, or also you will get the link in our video description, and also you will find it on the channel description. And as we have mentioned in our previous videos also, that we are going to plan a master series on SQL that will cover everything for relational database as well as SQL. So be ready for that. And once we complete the milestone of 500 subscriber, we will launch that particular series, so that more and more people will benefit from that particular series. So thank you for watching. Thank you everyone. Keep supporting, keep liking, keep sharing.